also is the Director of Premier Energy. So Chiranjeev, can we start?
Sure.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for taking out time today for this press conference where we wanted to share happy news from Premier Energy family that we are planning the inauguration event on the 29th of July, which is day after tomorrow at 11 a.m. for our new manufacturing line, which has been commissioned. So I'm open to questions from the media and reply on any questions which you all have.
How much will the capacity go up to from the current capacity, and there are also some issues about safeguard duty creating some problem for domestic manufacturers. What is your take on these two things, please?
So the answer to your first question, sir, is that our current capacity is 500 megawatt of solar module manufacturing. When I say 500 megawatt, it's 500 megawatt per annum capacity. And from there, the new plant which we have commissioned is capable to produce 750 megawatt of modules. So our module capacity will go up from 500 megawatt to 1,250 megawatt. And our solar cell capacity, which is additional capacity from 50 megawatt, adding another 750, making it 800 megawatt.
Okay.
And on safeguard duty, there is a safeguard duty from the last 3.5 years. I think it is ending on July 29th, July 29th, 30th this month. So safeguard duty will be phased out on imported solar modules and cells. But then the government of India has made an announcement well in advance that there will be a basic custom duty which is going to be imposed of 40% on solar modules and 25% on solar cells to protect the local industry from dumping from other countries like China.
Yeah, but that is 9 months away, no? That dumping, the correction which the government plans to make.
So the government stand on this is that they have created adequate market in India for domestic requirement. So if you are aware, there is a CPSU scheme and there is a Prime Minister's Kusum Agriculture Pump Sets Yojana, which have got nothing to do with the BCD or safeguard duty. In those projects, in any case, you need to use Make in India products. And so there is a market which is already being created, irrespective of SGD or BCD being there or not.
Just one more question and I will back off. Just wanted to know how much turnover you will be able to achieve in full year of operation with this expanded capacity, and how much of your produce is exported currently, and so you see that going.
Sure. So our group turnover is about 850 crores last year, and this year we should be achieving about 1,500 crores with the new line coming up. And exports, we are focusing on US market, but at the moment there is a lot of demand in India. So our percentage in terms of turnover for exports is about 10% now, but this will gradually go up over the next 3 to 4 years once capacity is increased.
Okay, thank you. If there are no questions, one more I have. Just wanted to know about you becoming second largest. Will you be second largest after Vikram Solar, or what is your ranking now?
Yeah, so our take on the capacity, sir, is that Vikram Solar or other companies, when you talk of the largest capacity, it is only solar moduling. We are talking about being second largest as an integrated facility. So as an integrated facility producing wafer to module, that is, we are going to produce cell and modules both. Yeah. As an integrated facility, today we are second largest in India.
Okay. And what about your own installed capacity? How much you have?
You mean the manufacturing capacity, sir?
No. I mean of projects which you have set up.
We sell our cell and modules to large project developers. We are not in IPP space.
So, given the demand in the marketplace, are you looking at further expansion of this current facility? By when do you expect your full capacity utilization?
Yeah, going forward, the plan is to be a 3 gigawatt facility. With this facility, we are almost touching a gigawatt. So we have plans to invest another 500 crores in the coming 4 months to add another gigawatt, and then another 500 crores next financial year. So the idea is to be a 3 gigawatt facility from a 1.25 gigawatt module and 0.75 gigawatt cell.
So effectively, you will be spending another 1,000 crores over the next 2 years.
Yeah, 1,000 to 1,200 crores over the next 2 years, yes.
And how will you fund them?
So the plan is that, we are raising funds through private equity players. We are in advanced discussions
The recording has stopped.
with some green energy.
This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so we are in advanced discussions with the green energy funds to invest in our company, and the debt would be tied up from our existing finances. Like
By when will you close this, sir? This funding?
we are looking at closing this in the next 3 months.
So this will be the entire amount, 1,000 crore.
No, it would be in 2 phases again. The first phase will be closed in the next 3 months, and then post that, another 3 months, we will close the last phase.
So once you finish expansion, it will go up to 3 gigawatts capacity.
Yes, the plan is to achieve a 3 gigawatt manufacturing facility.
That will be by over the next 2 years.
Yes,
Also in Hyderabad, all of them.
yes. The plan is to have a centralized manufacturing facility here.
Okay, so the investment is 1,000 to 1,200 crores.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Ravi Kumar sir from the Hindu, just a clarification to what Mr. Rishi Kumar was asking. This 1,000 to 1,200 crores will help you create capacities of 2 gigawatts over the next 2 to 3 years is what you are saying, is it?
Yes.
And how much land would you require? Would it be at, somewhere near this new plant that you are setting up, or would that be at a separate location?
So we want to set up about 2 gigawatt at the same location because we have land here. And for further expansion, we are talking to the Telangana government to allocate additional land.
As in, of the 3 gigawatts, 2 will be at this location. For the remaining 1 gigawatt, you will be asking for more land.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
If I may intervene, it would help if you could give an overview of the new plant, technology, etc. And after that, I think Anupam has a question from Financial.
Sorry, I couldn't follow that.
I said if you could just give an overview of the new plant, little bit, tell them about the new plant that is coming up, and then we could carry on with the question and answer session.
Sure. I think I will request my colleague Sudhir to take this question of the technology of the new plant. Sudhir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a fully integrated 750 megawatt solar cell and module manufacturing line. The 750 megawatt cell line that we have set up is the top of the line solar cell manufacturing line that can manufacture mono cells with an efficiency of 22.7%. And this line would also be capable of upgradation in future that could the new technologies that are coming up in cell with respect to TOPCon, N-type cells, at which stage the line would be able to give us cells with an efficiency of 24% and above. With respect to the module manufacturing, that's also a 750 megawatt fully automated line, totally automated, one of the most automated lines in India. And this line can handle cells of various ranges. Right now, if somebody has been following solar sector, the cell sizes and different technologies in cell are in the moduling are going on. But this is a very flexible line that can manufacture up to 575 watt peak modules.
Thanks, Sudhir. I think Anupam has a question. Anupam?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Anupam.
Yes.
Hi. First, I would like to just clarify on the numbers, if I've got them right. So, you had 500 megawatt of module manufacturing capacity, and you have added 750 megawatt of modules and 750 megawatts of cells. Is that correct?
That's
That's
right.
correct.
Right. And what was the investment required for this latest capacity addition, sir?
So the 750 megawatt cell and module, the investment was 483 crores, which has already been invested onto this existing line.
Right. 483 crores, did you say?
Yes.
Right. And you want to expand to 3 gigawatt with additional investment of around 1200 crore, and for that you are talking with clean energy funds.
Yes.
Right. And for that capacity expansion, can you tell me how much will be modules and how much will be cells?
So the idea is to do 3 gigawatt cell and module both as an integrated facility. So we will be adding another 1.75 gigawatt of modules and another 2.25 gigawatt of cells.
Okay. So it's mostly will be cells going forward.
Yes.
Okay. And my last question will be, for this recent capacity, will you be applying for the PLI incentive under the PLI scheme?
So the PLI scheme doesn't allow capacities which have already come up to be qualified for application. For the new expansion, yes, we are looking at availing the PLI facility.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Anupam. Any more questions from media?
I have one question. This with Mr. Chiranjeev Salujaji, if you can, this point about, I asked you this question about this, this change in law from 29 June. If we can get 1 or 2 paras from your side on what you think. I have not been able to note down everything you said. So if it can be shared, it will be nice.
Sure. So Pooja will coordinate and send you something on 29 July safeguard duty.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Please. Just to recap, just 1 or 2 doubts I had. So this, you are in talks with these PE firms, and first tranche you will be able to close within 3 to 4 months. And this capacity expansion by another 2 gigawatts you expect to achieve in next 2 years.
Yes, sir.
All of it will be in Hyderabad.
Yes, that is the plan as of today.
Okay. So what is the demand visibility domestic solar? How is it? You are confident that domestic you will have adequate offtake of your panels and cells?
Yes, we feel that there is a lot of market created by the Government of India under the Atmanirbhar policy for Make in India products, and also PCD coming in will give us that breathing time to grow to a 3 gigawatt facility. And the more we can grow and reach economies of scale, we will be able to match international prices in terms of scales which we have in India. And the other thing is that people need to invest in latest technology, upgrade their equipment so that they are giving the latest world-class product what is being sold in the international market. So not only will there be a market in the domestic segment, going forward there is a huge possibility of exports to Europe and US.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Any other question? Anyone?
Mr. Prasad Rao has his hand.
I think Mr. Prasad Rao has a question. Go ahead, Mr. Prasad Rao.
Looks like he's not audible.
Check with him whether he is muted or not, because his hand is raised.
Mr. Rao, are we audible? Just a minute, I will check.
Mr. Rao, can you hear us?
I can see him, but I think he's not able to hear us.
Mr. Rao, please ask your question if you can hear us.
So I got a question on the chat window. Pooja,
Yeah.
can I take that? Yeah.
Chiranjeev. So it's from Mr. Venugopal Pillai. What are your views on demand from the rooftop solar sector, given that there have been some adverse policy development?
Yeah, so Mr. Venugopal, yes, I know this is an ongoing issue which several states are making their own rules, and some states are allowing net metering and some are not. My view is that they should allow, because net metering and rooftops is a segment which has got a great potential, and it can really create a sizable demand, and it should be allowed to produce clean energies on the rooftop.